But I thought I'd take for a moment to talk about broth versus broth. So what I mean is, this is chicken broth and this is beef broth, okay? Both of these are organic broths, so they both look to be a good product, and actually they are. Broth in itself is made from meat. So chicken meat was cooked, beef was cooked slowly, along with maybe some vegetables, herbs to make a broth, okay? That's how that's made. And this is chicken and beef bone broth. So to make these, bones are cooked down, usually again with some aromatics, a few vegetables, onions and things like that, but mostly bones. And a good broth, especially on the beef, you would be including some joints and some marrow pieces. The difference lies in the nutrition. Both of these are good items, and I buy this broth like to cook rice, you know, to add some extra flavor here and there. But when I want the protein, this is what I'm going to use. So I want to show you the comparison here. We'll do, they're all the same, but just to make sure you know I'm going apples to apples. So the broth made with just the meat has 2 grams of protein in a cup. All right, so we weren't getting much protein there. There's just a trace of it in a cup of broth. A cup of the bone broth has 9 grams of protein. And I've even seen some brands with 10 or 12 grams. The homemade, I'm sure, has that much because I really cook it down, concentrated. These are commercial products, both of them, but they're good ones. I get these at Aldi's and the price is pretty good. Now, you're gonna pay more for the bone broth. But I want to just remind you that value is value, right? You get a lot of protein in this. The chicken bone broth, you know, in the morning when you kind of need a pick-me-up and you're not quite ready for breakfast yet, a little bit of turmeric, a slice of lemon, and warm this up in a coffee mug or a soup bowl, and it's delicious. The beef broth, I kind of like a few pieces of chopped up scallion or cilantro. Ginger's another thing to add if you find the broth itself to be too plain. I don't mind sipping on it just the way it is. But any of those things can add a little bit of flavor and make it a really nice way to get some more protein in. Some people have a hard time getting enough protein. They may not be, you know, steak eaters like me. I like my protein. But broth is definitely the way. So I just wanted to kind of talk about that because you see me a lot of times talking about making bone broth on the weekend, save the bones to make your broth. And I do talk about it a lot because I don't like to waste food. I guess I'm just too cheap to waste, but also there's so many benefits in those bones that really give you, you know, nutrition that you don't want to throw down the drain. So anyway, thought I would pop on and talk about that. Now you understand the difference between bone and broth, and hopefully that will help you make some good choices.